I mean, what's up, everybody? It's me, Rissie B, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hey boo, I'm so glad that you're able to find me. This is a place where beauty makes sense. No hype, no fluff, no filter, just real talk about the products, the shade, and occasionally throwing some shade, and the techniques that are actually worth your time and your money. Let's get into it, you guys. So last year, I came very close of buying a particular palette, and I talked myself out of it. And I waited for the holiday edition, which I did. But the more and more that I use this particular palette, the more that I noticed that I wasn't gravitating to certain shades. So when the opportunity came up again for me to create my own Hourglass palette, you know your girl had to jump on the opportunity. I already know the tones that I love on my skin, so I would like to think that I created the perfect palette for me. Or did I just go ahead and wasted $78? Let's find out. Now, I've always loved me some Hourglass palettes, and let's be honest, these Hourglass palettes are a nice pretty penny, especially if you're trying to collect the holiday editions. This can run you about $100 a pop, where this one can run you about $80 a pop. When it comes to most pre-made palettes, there's always one or two shades that don't really speak to you. And right now I'm in a point in my beauty journey with my makeup collection that I want to feel like my collection is made especially for me. So when I saw that Hourglass was bringing back the opportunity to create your own Hourglass Edit palette, I jumped on the opportunity. And when I actually started to think about what I wanted my palette to actually contain, I drew inspiration from one palette that I always tend to gravitate to for that pop of color that goes beautiful with my skin tone. Also a palette that I always tend to just throw in my travel bag when I'm traveling, because I always tend to pull this particular palette out. And this is the palette that I drew my inspiration from. This is the NARS Hot Escape Cheek Palette number 4. And this palette right here is pretty much summer in a palette. I believe it came out maybe 2 summers ago. So as you can tell, all the shades complement each other very well to give me that pop of color. This palette comes with 2 blushes, 1 highlighter, and 1 bronzer. So when it came down for me customizing the Ambient Light Edit Quad palette, I thought about the same concept as the NARS palette, but I wanted to be a little bit more functional, that I can also take on vacation, but also be good for every day and even for nighttime looks. If I'm on the go or if I'm on vacation, I wanted this palette to fit me for all of my needs if I was away or even if I'm at home. I wanted it to feel effortless. I wanted it to feel bronzy. I wanted it to feel glowy, soft glam, but I also wanted it to feel wearable. And when it comes to Hourglass blushes, highlighters, and bronzers, and even their face powders, I know I'll be able to accomplish the look. And here she is. And the full name of this actual palette that cost me $78. Now tell me, this is not a melanin skin queen's dream. This is a gorgeous palette, you guys. I can't wait to see how all these shades are going to look on my face. Now, a lot of these shades are from previous Hourglass, I believe, limited edition palettes that are no longer available. So I never really tested these shades out in person. Do not come for me. I know I say you need to swatch everything that you buy, but Hourglass have not let me down so far, and I'm praying to God they don't let me down now. So we are going to watch them right now on my cheek, and I'm gonna give you my first thought and my reaction. Before I go ahead and test this palette to see if, you know, your girl's really good at creating palettes, I want to give you guys a couple of swatches. Well, not a couple. I want to give you guys all the swatches, okay? So this right here is Red O. That is Red O. This shade right here is Sunbeam, and this actually feels super, super silky and soft. Oh, wow. That is Sunbeam. Oh my God. That looks like a highlight. That's a shimmery looking blush. I'm a little nervous. Okay. It's okay. We gonna work her out. We gonna figure her out, okay? This right here is the highlighter. This is Radiant Rose Lights. She's giving a little bit champagne-ish looking on camera, but we're going to test her out right here. Oh yeah. She's giving a little bit of a pink moment. I'm not mad at this. And this is the bronzer Bronze Heat, which is a typical looking bronze shade. I kind of wish they were a little bit darker, but as I'm swatching it and swirling my finger in it, this is a very silky, lightweight powder. You know, as to be expected with anything that Hourglass put out. Watch her over here. Hopefully she can show up on camera. I mean, it's giving my shade. It's giving my hand shade at least. It's funny. So the bronzer might be a little too light for me, but we won't know until we actually put the product on face. So let's pull out some brushes and get to swatching on the face, you guys. So my face is already made up. The only thing that's missing is the bronzer, some blush, and some highlighter. So we're gonna go in first with the bronzer shade, which is Bronze Heat. I do see subtle changes. It's not that drastic of a change for me. I mean, especially when I swatched it, I can definitely tell it's more like a neutral bronzer. So far, it's okay. So now it's time for the blush. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my clean, handy dandy blush brush. And I actually have two, which I don't know how that happened, but I have two of the same exact brush. And I'm going to go ahead and try Red O, getting her loaded up. What do you guys think? This is how I look forward, and this is how I look from the side. So this is what Red O is giving. Not bad. Not bad at all. So next up is Sunbeam, and she was giving a lot of shimmer, like borderline highlighter. So I'm gonna test her out on this cheek. And Lord, please help me. Okay. There's something about an orange blush. I didn't talk about orange blushes on my last video about blushes in undertone, but orange blush is up there with the reds. It melts right into the skin. This is what Sunbeam is giving on the cheeks. Now I'm two-toned over here. I have Red O on this cheek and Sunbeam on this cheek. Red O is a little bit more bold, and Sunbeam is a little bit more subtle with a hint of shimmer I like. And now it's time for the highlighter, which is the Strobe Light Radiant Rose Light. Oh, let's see. I'm dipping my highlighter brush in. Now let's start on Red O side first, the red side first. Let's see what she's gonna do. I love it when I have no words. When I have no words. Just embrace all of that. Definitely goes really well with Red O, but how about Sunbeam? Let's try her on the other side, you guys. Turn my head over. This is Sunbeam, which is an orange base blush. We're going back in with the Radiant Rose Light. Now remember, Sunbeam was giving a little bit of a shimmer as well. So these two shimmer blushes together is kind of giving like a little bit of like a ombre effect. Like I could definitely see the pink right here, and it's blending very beautiful into the orange. This is Sunbeam with the Radiant Rose Light, and then this is Red O with the Radiant Rose Light. I think I did very well putting my shades together in this palette. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but toot. Put together a really good face palette. It is what it is. The one thing that I noticed while I was putting these shades on my face is how each shade was working with each other. I didn't just want to pick out random colors and throw it in a palette. I wanted this palette to give me warmth. I wanted this palette to give me the glow. I wanted it to give me some dimension. Even though the bronzer is a little lacking, I think Hourglass could have had maybe a couple more deeper shades to make it a little bit more customizable for women of color. But that's a conversation for another day. I wanted this palette to give me the soft glam without actually needing a lot. This experience with customizing my palette actually made me realize how much sense customizable palettes are, because instead of buying shades that you might use, you're actually building something around your actual preferences, especially if you already know the tone you love, the finishes you wear, and of course your makeup style. It just feels smarter. I honestly believe this palette is perfect for those who love soft glam, who love glowy skin, who loves an effortless makeup routine, who has a warm tone, because I am a warm tone girly. I mean, I made it with my preferences. I mean, duh. And of course, who loves polished makeup without doing too much. I think you will love this kind of palette, especially for women who don't want to have a huge makeup routine. Honestly excited that I was able to create something that feels customized to me. No trends, no hype, not what everybody else is buying. This feels more like my tones, my style, and my makeup personality. And honestly, that's the direction my makeup collection is going towards. That's it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It genuinely means so much to me. If you learned anything or you just simply love hanging out with me, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It will help my channel grow. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what you waiting on? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I have a new video out every week and have so much coming down the pipeline, and I know you do not want to miss it. Please comment your thoughts, and I'm a little nosy over here. If you were to put together your perfect palette, what are some shades that you would put into that customized palette? I would love to hear from you guys. Until then, talk to you guys soon. Bye.